Hi everyone, welcome. We're going to continue and read from Rav Ashlag. This section actually is very powerful. That Rav Ashlag talking about spirituality, that there is a global spirituality and there is a local spirituality. We start last time to talk about it. If you want, you can always go back to the link I sent you and listen to it. But let's continue with this subject. And he says, ובכללות אין לי להציע רק מצווה אחת ששכרו אין קץ. I was like saying, I can offer just one precept that the reward of that precept, it's endless, אין קץ, endless. And that one is שהוא דבקות האמיתי, it's the real, I don't know if it's a word, the real Cleveland, it's that English. I don't know if I said English word. It's the way that we cleave in ourselves with the Creator. שאין לא ראתה אלוקים זולתך והוא מצווה לעבוד ולהשפיע על הציבור. What does it mean? He says that, because it says that no one, see God or saw God, but it says the precept is to work and to influence to the public, to the majority, to the world, להוסיף להם תועלת על התועלת. So to add something that they don't have. Think about it. When we're talking about sharing the light, sharing the knowledge, sharing something, we want to share something that the person is missing and to share something positive, to add something positive to the positivity that the person already have. Okay, so because let's say if people sharing with us, we want to receive things that we don't have. It means not just I don't have, that I need them. To'elet, it means like what the person need right now. Because, from the point of sharing, we can share, okay? We are sharing people. Always I'm thinking about this thing, when we think to, this act of sharing, but in a sense of, let's say, you have someone in your family or your friends that have a birthday, okay? And you kind of in a dilemma, like, okay, what I'm going to buy her or him, a shirt, a skirt, or this, I don't know, whatever it is. But we need to ask the question, just a second, the gift need to be in a way, it's to'elet al to'elet, that whatever I'm giving this person, it really will help him. It really something that he needs right now, whatever it is, right? Because the same way, think about ourselves. Let's say when someone come and share with us something and give us something, give us a gift, a birthday gift or any gift, if you don't need it, you can say, okay, thank you, he make the effort, he buy you this gift. You say thank you, you're polite, but if you don't need it, you're not going to use it. So it means it didn't add something to your life. Maybe now it's a burden because you're not using it, it's just sitting over there. Now you don't know what to do with it, So it's a burden, it's not really like a gift, right? So it means when we sharing, when we giving, he says like we want to come to that level, that of consciousness, that I'm adding something to the person, that something that he needs right now, in a sense that he can use it, he can take it, he can use it in his life. So of course here he's talking about anything, but we're talking about consciousness. ולפום צערה הגרה לפי הטרחה השכר, and he says according the effort that the person is doing in this world, that how much reward he can receive. ולעומתו יש רק עבירה אחת והוא האגואיזם. But he says there is just one short circuit that the person is doing. What is that one? Because we know we're doing so many. One, he says, this is the egoism, the ego, the negative ego, because we need to have a huge ego in order for us to transform from desire to receive oneself alone into the desire and the sake of sharing. So he says that egoism, that ego, that's one of the short circuit that we are doing. גם במובן היותר צר, דהיינו, כל הנעת עצמו עבירה. He says, every time that the person, he have that, let's call it selfishness, happiness, or selfishness fulfillment, this is a short circuit. It doesn't say not to be happy and not to be fulfilled, but if it's in a selfish way, now it's a short circuit. Okay, this is part of the ego that, he will even fight this sentence. What do you mean? But I want to be happy. What do you mean? I want to enjoy life. What do you mean? No, 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 no. This is the ego. This is not the creator. The creator never said don't be happy. But the opposite. The creator wants to give us infinite happiness, infinite love, light, energy. But when we activate in that ego and we become kind of, selfishness is not necessarily something we will see right away. And usually it's like small things, we don't really pay attention to them. This is why we need to be sensitive to our thoughts, to the way we behave, to our words. But he says every time we behave in that way of selfishness, that's short circuit. ועל כן כל מי הממעט בעבירה הזאת נותן שכרו מושלם מבוראו. So the ones that work on themselves and they remove in that type of short circuit, slowly, little by little, they working on themselves and they doing less and less and less from that short circuit of thinking just about themselves and be selfish about things. It says they receive the complete reward from the Creator. שכרו מושלם. No, sorry, not מושלם, משלם. He get the payment from the Creator. שכרו משלם מבוראו באופן שאסור ליהנות בעולם הזה. So he said, in a way that because we're not supposed to enjoy this 1% world. What does it mean to enjoy the 1% world? Again, to enjoy it means when we put our trust and the 1% world, and if we think that the 1% world, this is the thing that will give me my happiness, will give me my fulfillment, and then what's happened? We get disappointment. Why? Because we think something will give me the happiness. We're working so hard to buy the apartment, to buy the house, to buy a car, to buy whatever it is, because we put the trust that that will make me feel a whole or full or happy. Okay, for how long? For how long? And sometimes even it put us in debts, right? You buy in a house, okay, you need to pay for whatever years. You buy in a car, you pay the monthly payments, right? You buy in a television, you buy whatever we're buying, we paying money, and sometimes we paying monthly payments. So it's not like a real freedom, but still we want to feel happy from it. So we feel happy for whatever minutes, but then we see every month we're making the effort to pay for it. Okay, so he said, if a person is enjoying this world, and that's the consciousness of enjoying this world, so I believe and trust that this world will give me that fulfillment. So he's saying, רק בשיעור שיוכל להשפיע. He says, it's not good for us to connect with that consciousness, just in a level that we can influence to the public, ולאלוקים שישמח אלוקים ואנשים, וכל טיפה של הנאה עודפת על השיעור האמור הוא עבירה. So when we need first to connect, and we happy when we connecting with the light of the Creator and receiving the reward from the light, while we're not behaving in a selfish way, now we share that energy with other people. People around us, they feel our happiness, they feel our joy, even with no words. Just around us, they feel wow, they feel great, right? It's already act of sharing. So imagine when we open our mouth and we talking and we behave in a way that giving them stuff or whatever we're doing, they feel that light. So we're making them happy. Now he says, more than that, if we go more than that and we connecting with the 1%, he's saying that's a short circuit. וכרת תקראת הנפש הזה מהומה האנושית והתגלגל בבהמה השדה, בהמת השדה, and says that is a short circuit, and the person, God forbid, can reincarnate in an animal. כל זה במקרה שלא ישוב בתשובה, but all of that if the person didn't repent, ויעבדו בו בעל כורחו. So the thing is, it sounds kind of extreme. Wow, it's like scary also, right? But don't get scared from that sense. We need to be scared or afraid that we don't have enough light. So the whole thing, what I was saying here, where do you put your trust? We want really to influence. We want to share. We want to change the world. We want to remove pain and suffering. We want people to have love, to have unity, to have peace, right? So if we have peace, everybody will be happy. But I need to make sure, because especially in our generation, in this book right now, it's in our generation, to study and to connect with, from Rav Ashlag. It's all about really to pay attention to the small details. Because let's say in the big picture, we can tell things about ourselves. What I used to be, how I'm thinking right now, how I changed. But now we need to the more, we going higher and higher in the spiritual levels, it says they check in us more and more into the small details. And usually the small details, we don't pay attention. Because we always thinking about, big stuff and how can I do, what I can share, even for ourselves, right? But the big things start with small actions. And what he's saying here, many times we can enjoy or put our trust on the 1% world, and it means we're disconnecting right now with the certainty, with the Creator, that does the Creator give me everything I need through the 1%. But the 1% doesn't have light from itself. Whatever the 1% have, it's from the Creator. We have desire, we reveal in the light being revealed where? In the 1% world. Then we enjoy it. But I don't want to enjoy it because of it. I want to enjoy it because the light provides it. Remember, the Rav says, everything is consciousness. It's all about consciousness. And it's all about how I think about things. One of the things that Zohar mentioning in the same matter, if you remember the story about the person that was looking in the field for a herb to heal someone, right? And then the Zohar explained, if a person think that the herb heal him, this is idol worship. This is also short circuit. Why is that? Because who create this herb? It's the Creator. Who put the vitamins, the minerals, everything, all of the powers of healing? It's the Creator. So we need always to cleave ourselves in our mind to the Creator. Yes, you want to use vitamins? Okay, fine. You want to use whatever we use in food, fruits, everything we're using. I need to keep in mind that I'm connecting right now with the light of the Creator. This is one of the things he says at the beginning, to cleave ourselves with the light of the Creator. Remember a time in your life that you fall in love, right? You fall in love, whatever age it was, if you can remember, you fall in love. When a person fall in love, first of all, it's falling, but fall in love, you can really explain it. It's all of your body parts. You feel the love toward that person, right? You barely sleep, you barely eat. What's happened to the consciousness? So it means right now we cleaved ourselves with that person. Even we don't live with that person, we just start to know the person. But right now you fall in love, so now you cleave yourself. You dream about him or her. In work, you can't work, you not concentrate, you can eat, you can drink. You won, okay? Imagine we start to think in the same way, in a positive way, not to lose ourselves, of course, with the Creator. I can't do nothing without the Creator. So I'm asking the Creator, I'm praying for the Creator. Everything I'm doing, it's because I'm cleaving myself with the light of the Creator. And he says, by doing it, the Creator will give us the result, the benefits, the fulfillment, endless of blessings. So bli anara, we want to take this energy. Now we're coming into the Shavuot. receiving the Torah. It's all the secrets of the universe. And it says that the Torah being given to us, Matan Torah, like a gift, right? Being given to us. It doesn't say we received it. We took it. We didn't receive it. To receive something, you're supposed to work with it. You're supposed to apply, to do something with it, right? To use it. So we want to increase that power within, that I want to accept the Torah. I want to accept the rules of the universe. I want to accept all of the tools that the light give us to teach us and to help us to cleave ourselves with the Torah, with the light of the Creator, that we can receive all of the blessings, and of course we can influence others, and now we can influence the whole world. So B'ezrat Hashem, I'm wishing all of us good luck in that mission. B'ezrat Hashem, we want to remember that powerful limud, and there is much more that Rav Shek is going to talk about, but every time in small portions, we might remember it better, and we can act and do something about it. So let's open our mics and share with everybody. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. I hope to see all of you here with us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Connections.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, guys.
Shabbat Shalom.
Chodesh Tov, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Chodesh Tov, Shabbat Shalom, Chag
I'll
Sameach.
see you later, yo.
Arale, you are here in the bookstore. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Ajá.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Dale.
Bye, bye. All the best.
Muy agradecido.
Bye, bye.